Hi, intelligent scribes. Good evening to you all. You all are welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you've subscribed to our academy channel because I'll be coming with lots of video on. I don't want to disclose it. So today, I believe you got value on what everything I said about public speaking. You understood it. You get to understand that this is how this whole thing works, right? So today we are going to discussing, like I told you, I promised you rather, that we will be learning how to make money from public speaking and also how to create the hook lines that are more relatable in public speaking. So let's delve into the video. Now, I need you to first of all know that public speaking is a way of living. Some people rely on it to earn a living. Like it is a means of earning for some people. That is the only thing they do for life, ranging from comedians, singers, speakers, spoken word artists, and the very rest of it. All of these people do something similar to stage stuff, right? But it's slightly different from public speaking, because public speaking, whenever you are coming, there is always an assurance that someone is going to learn something from you. Remember our definition of public speaking, right? You communicate with all enthusiasm or how to share information that is relatable and needful for the other person, that is the receiver. So in public speaking, you can make money, first of all, by hosting your own paid class. This academy you joined is my own paid class. It's a course. I am coaching you. Coaching is also public speaking, because I speak to you, I write to you, I am making a video and you are seeing me teach you. So it's also is a part of public speaking, because you're not in my house. You don't know me more than I have told you, or more than you have researched about me online. As you know me only how much I have told you. So to say that we are just interacting on the coach and coachees level. So I am hosting a paid event. You are paying me to watch this video. You are paying me to be in this academy, and what you get in exchange for money is value. So the next one is you can get paid for public speaking also when you are invited to come and speak. As I am like this, I've been invited to come and speak. I have also been invited to come and teach people, to come and judge a quiz. I'm always paid for all of this, except it's a church gathering. Even though I might try not to collect money, or I might promise not to collect money, maybe because of the relationship I have with the host, sometimes they still have to smuggle some money, either by paying my transport and the rest of it. So public speaking can also give you money, not only when you host your own event. When you begin to develop yourself as a writer, at a point people will begin to invite you to come and teach what you know. So you have to develop yourself enough that someone would want to invite you to come and speak, because the easiest way to get paid is when you are not the one soliciting to come and people are coming to you and say, Ella, please, can you come to our platform and teach us on creative writing? There are kind of people I will see, and I know how much value I'm going to be giving them. I'll tell them, you're going to pay me so amount. That is my pride. Okay. So the next way you can earn in public speaking is when you package what you know and teach a corporate association. It has happened to me. That was in 2020. A particular firm paid me to come and teach their staff, like a kind of team they work with, how to write and publish book, and I was really handsomely paid for it. Okay, so you can also package what you know. Take for instance, you know how to bake. You can request to come and teach the SS3 student of a school and get paid, or maybe you come and lecture a style of baking that is done in another country in a certain catering school, or any kind of baking, a platform where people bake. Or maybe you know how to make food, babies food, you can come and teach people. You package it and go and teach mothers at antenatal. Okay, like they will have to pay you a certain amount of money. You talk with the management of the hospital, or maybe the gathering where mothers with babies or even church, you can just have a conversation with the founder and tell them that this percentage goes to them. Then you come and teach what you know, and those audience will pay you. Then a certain percentage goes to the founder or maybe the management of the platform. So you can package what you know and sell it to people. It doesn't have to be a product, it can be a knowledge, it can be a product also. So the next way you can make money in public speaking is sell your materials. Sometimes people invite me to come and speak in an event, and most times I don't collect money from them, because whatever people are calling me to teach, I already have a material on it. If you are calling me to teach on writing, I have something I'm going to sell in regards to that. If you are calling me to teach on purpose discovery, there is something I'm going to sell in regards to that. Now, there are tendencies where you can also sell your book and still have the organization pay you. But because of the relationship I have with these people, they should keep their money. I will come and teach the audience and solicit, or maybe it will be an avenue for me to announce my book. Those who wants to buy would buy. Okay, so you in your case, it could be CDs, it could be product, edible product. The most important thing is that there is a place where you can marry what you came to do and what you have to sell. So by all means do that. Or even, you don't even have to be the main speaker. Maybe you found out that the teenagers will be having a camp in so and so place, and you have a booth for teenagers. You can make it as affordable as 500, then solicit, or maybe they call you, or maybe you are even attending it for the attending sake. You might just come out and teach them, and at some point you can reference your materials or your products that you sell. Okay, so that is that for how to make money from public speaking. Believe me, there are so many things you can do in public speaking: voiceover, making a video for someone. I know people, influencers that own a brand, but is another person that is doing video like I am doing now. They are never before the camera like this. They'll just pay off someone, and the person will come and say blah blah blah, everything about their product, everything about their business, and it works. It works actually. It can be white person, it can be you, it can be anybody. And voiceover, all those movies, the advertisements, all those products, you see someone talking in a very sweet tone. There are people that teach voiceover. You can join. All of these things are still under public speaking, spoken word performance, all of them, they are under it. The most important thing is that you understand which one works for you. You can also earn by opening a YouTube channel, WeChat, and all that. All this platform, there is a certain stage you will grow. They will begin to pay you as their content creator. So you can start a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel, even though it has not been monetized, and I wasn't up there to make money, like to get it monetized as soon as possible. I am just up there because some of my audience learn better with videos. So I felt like there is need for me to get up there and share what I know to benefit those ones that are so lazy to read my long write-up. Of course, I write long ones. So we are delving into the second to the final phase of this course, effective public speaking. So how to make a video. This is not entirely part of the package, but because of who you are to me, I am going to add it to the package. But before then, let's talk about hook lines you can use when you want to start a speech. Now, if you want to start any public speaking, any teaching, or whether be it a video, be it a physical speech, be it a voiceover, find a hook line. What is hook line? Hook line is the first few sentences you say, which will determine if someone would stay back to watch what you have recorded, or the video you are making, or they would go away. One thing you need to know is that no matter how well you speak, no matter how much information you know, there is always someone better than you, and people will always go for the best. So if you don't have the capacity, you don't have that charisma to hook people to stay back and listen to you, no matter the jargon you have to say to them, then you are sitting on a bicycle, because you're a ticking bomb waiting to explode. Because the moment you are saying it, people are leaving. Liz Brown will say, when you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. So don't be so clueless about your word, and you start with let's say you are going for a public speaking, a physical public speaking, and when they introduce you, you mounted the podium, the first thing you said is, um 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 I want to take the management of this bank. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello, hello. This mic is bad. That is the worst way to start a public speaking. Like, people will be like, if someone was contemplating whether they should go from that event or not, that few seconds action and words you say have convinced them this is not for you. Like, this is not something you can afford to invest your time to listen to. It does not matter who you are or how much you know. Okay, if you doubt me, check your favorite speakers. There are times you feel like, I don't know what this person is saying, like you won't even understand. And little do you know that it's not the message that is your problem, because every public speaker, a trained public speaker, always have something tangible to say at every point in time. You are just emotionally aroused in negative way. You were angry in a negative way because of the way the person started, and it's a subconscious thing. If a speaker starts the wrong way, it subconsciously affects the audience. For instance, you are saying, I am excited to be here in your midst. Like, you're not even showing the excitement. Like, how are people going to know that you're excited? You say, I am so blessed to by VITA-W. Like, how will someone be convinced that VITA-W really, really blessed you? It has to show in your action, in your facial expression, in whatever, in your gestures, in your words, in your voice. Let everything speak it. If you're excited, let your voice speak excitement, even if you are not really excitement. But the fact you want to use the word excitement, let the word excitement, let the action of pronouncing excitement spell excitement to the audience. So the hook lines I have here is starting your speech with something like, when I first showed up for my work here, I mistakenly thought that. Maybe you are talking to teenagers, you will be like, when I first saw my period, I mistakenly thought that. Do you know, once you start with this sentence, people will listen. Wow. Especially if you are speaking to teenagers, like, wow. So something, this person had a mystery when they first saw their period. Okay, let me listen to him or her. Now, this is a hook line. You just have to, it doesn't have to be when I started working here, I mistakenly thought that. You could try to relate it with the speech you are trying to make, with the people you are trying to speak to. Remember, in public speaking, you're either a motivational speaker, a coach, a teacher, a preacher, whatever. If you have a pastor you liked, let's start with church, because actually all of us have been to churches. If you have someone, a preacher you like, go and check how he starts his speech, his preaching. You are going to see that there is this hook line they used to get your attention. I follow Joel Austin, Pastor Joel Austin on YouTube. There is this way he always starts his preaching. He will always start with a story, and this story will always start with, there was once a man. Like, who is that man? That's the easiest way he usually gets the attention of his audience, myself inclusive. So the next one is, okay, 5 to 15 years ago, you wouldn't have thought or imagined that then you say whatever you want to say. The key word there is 5 to 15 years ago, you wouldn't have believed. Now you see, 5 to 15 years ago. Now, take for instance that I am 50 years now. And I say 5 to 15 years ago, everybody will want to listen to me. Why? I am older than 5 to 15 years ago. And for me to have a story from 5 to 15 years ago I want to share now, it means it has a lesson to bring home. So be intentional when you want to give your hook line. Get a part of story or a narration, an analogy that could capture it well, in line with what you are about to share with your audience. So the next point, the next hook line is, this year was, you see, I think I started our video with, this course used to be. You see, you want to know what happened to the course. How did you see? In the previous video you watched. Now, this year is, you can say, this year is one of the toughest year I've experienced. but this is how I scaled through up to this level. Everybody who is struggling, they're having ups and downs in their life or within the year, they will listen to you because they are looking for a way out. So you must always think about what are you going to speak about, and the best hook line that is more suitable for it, because it's not all teachings that you come out with this year was and everybody will listen to you. Take for instance in January and you're saying this year, like who does that? You are just starting the year. We are just starting the year. So the next one is I will never forget the time that, once you say I will never forget the time, everybody wants to hear. Is it the time you used to steal? Is it the time you used to make money? Is it the time you used to insult people? Is it the time you used to be a prostitute? Everybody wants to know what you don't, why you don't want to forget that time. Because everybody has a moment in their life, but because you've forgotten every other one and you didn't talk about every other one, and there is this spectacular one you want to talk about, everybody who is under that roof or who is watching you would want to listen. So pay attention to your topic. Most important, it's going to help you know which hook line on these mentioned ones that is best to use. So the next one is what would you have done if you are in my shoes? Here is what happened. Did you get that? And when I started with this video, if you go to my YouTube video, you're going to find this hook line a lot. I use it a lot because I like it, because I always have stories to relate to my messages. So why not? So use it when it's necessary. What would you have done if you were in my shoes? Someone will be like, so what happened? They want to listen. And you now say, this is what happened. You start narrating. I was 5 years old when someone raped me and nobody said anything about it. And at a point, I felt useless, blah, 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 blah. You see? Everywhere goes calm because they want to know what they will actually do when they're in your shoe. You ask them a question. So always introduce your speech with a question. It gives the audience the connection. They are connected to you. You bring that connection or that atmosphere of learning to them because you raise their curious mind. So the next one is I have a confession to make. I use this very word in my copy arts when I want to run an ad. I have a confession to make. Or I'll be like, I can't believe I never told you about this product. Oh, I'm very sorry. We are giving a discount. The moment I say, I can't believe I never told you about it, everybody wants to know, why is she apologizing? And what could that be that would make her apologize? So the next one is, I was brought up to believe that, you say it. Let's say, I was brought up to believe that women education ends in kitchen. I had a father who was abusive, blah, 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 blah. Anybody, if you are talking to the women audience, they will listen to you. See, this thing must not be the way exactly I'm saying it. You just find any hook line that suits your speech better. Just have all this hook line off heart so that you know which one will suit your speech better and you can easily use them. The next one is, among my friends, I am famous for. Everybody wants to know why you are famous. What made you famous? I'll be like, among my friends, I am famous for insulting people. I grew up believing that insulting people, blah, 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 blah. You have gathered your audience. And guess what? If you get your audience with hook line, please make sure you know what you are teaching on very well. Because if you get them with hook line and you're not making sense afterwards, they are going to leave you. They get disinterested and start leaving. So make sure that as you are getting your hook line, you are well articulated. I said it in the previous video that your articulation keeps growing. It goes with a beautiful coherency. It's going to go a long way and keep your audience glued. I don't want to admit it, but you see, I don't want to admit it, but even you got curious, right? What does coach doesn't want to admit? Because I didn't mention the next one. So it's also a hook line. The next hook line is something you don't ever guess about me. You know, when I was teaching us on fictional writing, I shared a story about rape, and some of you were saying, sorry, ma, sorry, until I said, this is a fiction. It never happened to me. I was never raped. Now, if it were to be that I am delivering that story in a video, I am most likely going to start it with, what you will never guess about me is that I was raped at so and so age. You see? So it's very important you understand this hook line. Try to marry it with the information you want to share. That is the easiest and the quickest way to get your audience glued. So let's delve into the final part of this public speaking video, which is how to make a video. Now, sometimes, as I've in the course of making this video, you must have noticed that at a point it seems I'm looking elsewhere, and at a point I'm looking directly to you. I'm going to tell you what happened because I intentionally did that. First of all, if you want to make a video, get a phone. I have the phone here. My phone is before me. So you get a phone and find a quiet place. There are some background noise in my place right now because I'm not making this video the supposed time when it's usually quiet over here. So when you get a phone, find a quiet place. At least, if not 100% quiet, it should be at least 70% quiet. The next one is get a lighting. Your lighting can be the tripod stand, the one I'm using here. This is my light. I'm using the light here. So you can use a tripod stand, or you go very close to your window, or you turn on your LED lights, that's the table torch, or maybe the NEPA lights. Anyone you have at your dispensation, or you have a second phone you can use to flash the lights. Make sure there is enough light before you so that the video doesn't look boring or maybe not really that okay. So the next one is pre-recorded videos are better placed. Phones are better placed sideways. Your phone, the head of your phone should go sideways like this. If I turn my phone to be standing vertically, it's going to stand like this. It's going to stand like this, right? But because I positioned it horizontally like this is the edge of my phone, this is the lens, that's why I see my hands, and this is the last part. Okay, so intentionally place your phone horizontally if you are recording a video, especially for YouTube. But if you are making a live video, place it like this, straight like this. Place it straight like this. Okay, so smile and be warm. I believe I've smiled so many times, and I am just giving you that vibe that I am not faking it, like I am with you and you got to settle down and all that. It's also part of how to make a video that would get your audience listening to you. The next one is share valuable content. If you're making a video, be more conscious about sharing valuable content. What I have here in my book is an outline of what I'm teaching you. The rest of the words I'm saying are coming from my head. I just have to look, okay, share valuable content, and I'll begin to tell you what valuable content entails. And if you want to know what content is valuable, know who your audience are. Who are you speaking to? What are you going to, what is the most important message these people want to hear at this moment? That's the easiest way to track which content is valuable. Because what teenagers want to hear is not the same thing as what married women want to hear. So there are two different audiences apart. So if you don't understand this, you will share content you think is so valuable to the wrong audience. So even if you are being called to come and speak, you are doing it for doing sake, you are doing it on YouTube, know who your audience are. Like majority of them, because there will always be a mixture of it. The majority of them should determine the content you share. I can share so many content on relationship, but because my target are younger adults. I am not talking to mainly to people in their 30s, even though I have most of them as some. I specifically make videos for my audience who are young adults, people in their late teens and are in their mid 20s, early 20s and late 20s. So the next thing is make eye contact. If you want to make your video, there is a camera lens that is very circular, very tiny hole at the head of your phone. It can be at the side, it can be at the middle, it can be down. So always look there. Even if your phone is placed here, always look into that lens. Now I'm looking into that lens. You feel I'm looking at you, right? Now I'm looking at the screen of my phone. You notice that it seems I'm looking elsewhere, right? That is how it works. So whenever you feel like Coach Ella is not focused, it seems she's not it seems she's shy. It's not entirely because I'm shy, it's because I'm looking at the screen of my phone, the screen here, instead of looking at the lens here. Do you see? I'm talking to you now. I'm looking at that lens and it seems like I'm looking at you. So always look at that lens, and my hand is at that point, that focal point. That's why you're seeing my hand. I've removed it. So look up, make an eye contact. That's the easiest way to make an eye contact. And if you are speaking to the physical audience, look at them here. When you are looking at someone here, when you are looking at someone's forehead, they would barely know that you're not looking them at the face. So if you're that person that is not yet acquainted with looking at people eyeball to eyeball, the easiest thing you can do is to look them here, and they won't know that you are not looking at them. And subsequently, you get used to looking people eyeball to eyeball without feeling distracted or maybe shy. The last but not the least is get a plain wall. This is not plain, but why I'm using this plain wall is because why I'm using this color is because I am wearing a monochrome. Had it been that I'm wearing a clothes that is colored, like it has more than one color, I won't be using this background. If you have watched my YouTube video, you will know that I have plain white background, plain black background, and of course this particular background. Now, let me give you a gist. This is a cloth. This is a cloth. It's a cloth. It's a clothing material. Okay, so if you want to make a video and you're a content creator, upcoming content creator like myself, even though I have wallpaper, but because I travel a lot, I can be at home, I can be here, here I am, or maybe be at my friend's place. So I got this handy so that I can easily tie it anywhere. I take it along with me so that if I travel anywhere and I don't like the background they have, or it's not that convenient with the clothes I have with me, I can just possibly tie this on the two sides like this, and maybe or use the white one and then shoot my video. I always go with my ring light too. So that is the easiest way to make a video. Make sure that you don't forget the reason why you are making that video. If you are or why you are making that public speaking. If you are to speak on hygiene, don't get carried away by other things you want to use to back up your points. Maybe quotes, stories that you almost forget to teach the people about personal hygiene. You won't be invited again. Like, nobody is going to call you again, because everybody, like, there is a reason why they gave you that topic, because they felt like the audience need it. So if you are not hammering that topic, it's as good as you don't know it. And because maybe next time they might not be dealing on that particular topic, and they are not sure if you know that one, or you come and tell story and waste their time again, they won't call you. And if they know someone that wants to call you or invite you or ask you to make a video for them, they would ask the person not to call you, because the last time you came, it was disappointment. So please don't do that. I hope you got value and you are able to get all that I've taught you, because I devoted my time to make sure that you get this, because once you get it, you're going to make the best video ever, be it YouTube video, be it physical public speaking, be it speaking to a friend, be it talking in the church, praying, leading a prayer, leading a speech, rendering a speech in a graduation party, being invited as a guest, and eventually they called you up to say some few words. You won't fidget, you won't forget why you are there, you won't feel the stage fright. I already told you, if you have stage fright, breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out, and you're going to feel a little ease. And always remember that people that are listening to you, they don't bite. So make sure you look at them. If it's not more convenient for you, look at them here. Look at their forehead. Okay, so at this juncture I always use that word, right? At this junction, we are going to call it a wrap. So you've come to the end of Write Like a Pro class. I'm going to see you on the next video. Do well to subscribe to this channel, and your assignment is make a video on your experience, how you went through this class, and graduated. Not this only this public speaking class, the whole of the teachings you have had in the VITA-W, how it has impacted you. The list of the video you can make is 1 minute. I will see you at the top. Thank you so much. I remain Coach Ella Obans, the CEO and the founder of the Best Writing and Personal Development Academy. I love and celebrate